then what about Moses? Based on your theology and based on your thought process, Moshe also had Yahweh's flesh. Because Moshe didn't eat and drink for 80 days.
Uh-oh. It's getting deep.
I think I'll wipe for this one.
Yes. Explain. Oh, man. Listen. Teach.
Praise Yahweh for Walgreens. I used to use paper towels. Now I use these convenient. Well, that's a pretty good point. And I don't recall where it is because it's not in my notes. I believe it's in Shemot 35, I think, or 34. She made a very good point. Wouldn't you agree? That was a pretty good point.
Very good.
Because we have an account of Moshe Rabbeinu. Also, yeah, I think I'll read it to you. Don't turn there because I want to keep moving. Shemot 34, 28. Moshe was with Yahweh for 40 days and 40 nights. He did eat, verse 28, Shemot 34, 28. He neither ate lechem or drank mayim. And he wrote upon the tablets the words of the Brit, 10 words.
Yes.
And so she said, look, this was now the second time that Moshe was on Har Sinai. You with me?
Yes.
So according to your crazy theology, Rabbi, so now you're telling me that Moshe had Yahweh's flesh like Yeshua because he didn't die after 40 days and 40 nights. Right, Lord? So what do I do now? Do I call Wayne Huizinga for help?
He need help.
Do I call Dan Marino to help me with a Hail Mary pass? Hail Mary, Mother. How can you clean something that's still not clean? My wifey's. So what do? Do I repent? Keep cleaning? And what else do I do? I repent, right? Wrong. Look at the very next verse. It came to pass when Moshe came down from Har Sinai with the 2 tablets of the testimony in his hand, that when he came down, Moshe did not know that his skin shone with Yahweh's glory because Yahweh had talked with him on Mount Sinai. Yahweh changed his skin into a glorious tabernacle for those 40 days, lest Yahweh break out upon Moshe and destroy him. Her answer was in the very next verse.
Teach. You might have to be late today. That's good.
You see? How do I know the answer, Rabbi? Sometime, now here's like a really heavy revelation. Read the next verse. And if you can't find it, try the next chapter.
Amen.
But it was a good question. So Yeshua had the same kind of flesh Moshe had for 40 days, covered with the glory of Yahweh, Yahweh's flesh that couldn't decay.
Thank you, Father.
A type of flesh that could see no decay, unlike human flesh. Now we know that Yeshua HaMashiach was in the tomb for how many days?
3.
3 days and 3 nights. Without any rot or rigor mortis or corruption. If he saw no corruption, then how can he have had human flesh?
That's right.
Is there any human flesh that does not begin to experience rigor mortis after 3 days?
Nope.
My doctors, that's why you're here. You're here to keep me honest. We have 3 doctors, one's away somewhere in Latin America. I have 2 left. Deterioration begins right away. That's why they said about Elazar. Yeshua wanted to take Elazar out for some fresh air. Who's Elazar? Lazarus. He said, I want him to get some fresh air. They said, Master, he's making stink.
He had to take a shower. Really?
You don't want to take that boy out of his tomb. El stingadora.
Right? 4.
4.
Yeshua said, be quiet. Elazar, come out. Because they said he stinks because after what? 4 days he already decayed. In Tehillim 16:10 and Maaseh Shlichim Hechos 13:37, it says of Yeshua's flesh, it saw no corruption. It couldn't have been like yours and mine, because not a one of us will be in the grave for 3 or 4 days and not experience corruption. Not one.
Wow. Hey! Wow.
See,
I told you to be simple.
Like that.
I'm
I
sorry.
like that.
no, you
Nothing heavy.
it's straight. Woo. I like it.
There is another frightening thought here, brother. If Yeshua HaMashiach was the literal seed of Miriam, Génesis, capítulo 3, verse 15. Now that's another thing we have to deal with. Bereshit 3:15. If Yeshua HaMashiach is the literal seed of Miriam, then Miriam would in fact have been his literal mother, thus contributing a human dust nature to him. If Miriam was his biological mother and Yeshua was in fact the seed of the woman, then how did his body escape corruption for 3 days and 3 nights?
Wow. Good point.
Come on, teach it.
If he was the seed of the woman,
Yep.
he was the seed of Miriam. Mary, the religion teaches us, right? Okay, well, if he was the seed of Miriam, how did his body escape corruption?
Dead for 2 days.
And if he did receive his human dust-natured flesh from Miriam, even though Yeshua always calls her woman, 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 he would like us to get the message. We look at her as the mother because she was a legal guardian. Any legal guardian is like a mother, functions like a mother. But as far as heaven's perspective, she was just a guardian. Woman, behold your son. Woman, what have I to do with you? Woman, my time has not yet come. Woman, you're not my mother. My mothers are in this room listening to the word of Yahweh. Either he broke the commandment to honor his father and mother, or it wasn't really his mother. It was the surrogate chamber that carried the blessed babe. But let's play devil's advocate. Let's assume Miriam, that Yeshua is the literal seed of Miriam, Mary. That would make Mary the mother of God.
Oh boy.
You can laugh all you want. You can make fun of the Catholics all you want. You shouldn't make fun of anybody. I think I'm talking to myself.
It was my comedy career.
Everybody who has not yet received this revelation, if they believe Yeshua was literally the son of Miriam, receiving a dust-natured human flesh from Miriam, his alleged biological mother, believe Mary was the mother of God. They may not say it. They may not put it in writing. They may not make it a doctrine. But ipso facto, that's what they believe. If you believe that Mary contributed her flesh nature to Yeshua's flesh, then Mary was the mother of God. Period. And if it doesn't sit well with you, you don't like the way that sounds, irrelevant. Absolutely irrelevant. Theologically, she was the mother of God. G-O-D. And this is exactly what has happened, brothers and sisters, to some so-called Christian groups who now pay homage to Miriam, the mother of God, whether they worship her or just acknowledge her as contributing to Yeshua a human dust nature. The result is the same. You with me, Darren?
Oh yeah.
The result is the same. Even if they don't call her the mother of G-O-D, it doesn't matter. If they believe she contributed a human dust nature, she is his mother, the mother of Yahweh. And then you want to know why Muslims and Jews don't come to Yeshua. Because you're trying to tell them that Allah has a mother.
Makes sense.
Now Allah may be a... Oh, I better move on. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
No, you said,
I'm sorry.
go ahead. What's she gonna do?
And then, now this is what's happened. How did this happen?